What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eric's house. This is Eric, and today we're talking Bon Jovi. We actually have some news, some updates here. It is 2024, the 40th anniversary. Fans have been speculating and wondering what's going to happen for the 40th. What kind of release are we going to get? Is there going to be a tour? And what about Jon Bon Jovi's vocals? Because if you remember 2022, that last North American tour, that was the big story. The vocals were pretty freaking bad. It looked like his voice was just completely shot. And then they just kind of went away for a while. And we were just waiting to find out what was going to happen. But a lot of fans were speculating that Jon Bon Jovi at some point in time had vocal cord surgery, possibly after the tour. Some were saying before the tour. And they never really talked about it. Jon never really talked about it. They never really even acknowledged the problems with the vocals or anything like that. Just acted like everything was normal, even though everyone knew it wasn't. But now, Jon is speaking out. He's letting everyone know what is going on, admitting that, yeah, his vocals were a major problem, that his gift was taken away from him there at that point in time. And he's trying to get it back and did indeed have vocal cord surgery. And we've also got some announcements on a film, a 4-part film that's coming out this year about the history of Bon Jovi. And so a lot going on right here. But I think the big story, he did have vocal cord surgery. The Grammy-winning Bon Jovi frontman confirmed he had a major reconstructive surgery on his vocal cords and reflected on the impact it had during his life at a Polestar Live panel Wednesday and a Hulu panel for Television Critics Association on Friday. The surgery was 19 months ago. So about a year and a half plus. He said it's been a difficult road, but I found a doctor in Philadelphia who did something called medialization because one of my cords was literally atrophying. So he explained that and said sometimes people get nodules. It's pretty commonplace. Sometimes you get deviated septums and the things that people have done to take their toll on their cords. But the only thing I've ever been up to, the only thing that's ever been up my nose has been my finger. So I think he's saying like he's never done drugs or anything like that. But to be honest, I mean, the amount of touring that this band has done is next level, tour, album, tour, album, tour, album, and not just a little tour, world tours, 2.5-hour shows, 4 to 5 nights a week for months on end. And so it's going to take its toll for sure. Just the constant touring, and it's appreciated. It's, one of the hardest working bands in the industry and one of the hardest working musicians in the industry. There is no doubt about that, but it's going to take its toll over time. And obviously, when you go back to that 2022 tour, his voice was just shot. I mean, there's just no way around it. Definitely blew a gasket there. And now we have some hope. I was hoping that this was going to happen. I was hoping that we would hear that he had vocal cord surgery, because then at least there's hope that maybe it can be fixed. Maybe he can get a little bit of that range back. And, he's not going to get back to 1980s, 1990s. But just get back to 2013, as far as I'm concerned, and we're good to rock and roll, even 2017, to be honest. But he said one of the vocal cords was like the size of a pinky, one was like the size of a thumb, and so the damaged one, or excuse me, the more healthy one was having to take out all the work, and eventually everything just got blown. So he explained that doctors were able to repair the problem by putting a plastic implant in. For the last almost 2 years now, I've been in this rehab, getting it back together. Now he's getting very close, he says. And he had a little performance Friday night at Music Care's Person of the Year ceremony. And he said, now a record's done. So a record's done. So now I just want to get back to 2.5 hours a night, 4 nights a week before I'm going to go out there on the road for real. But I'm confident in my doctor. I personally wouldn't really recommend going hard again like that. I mean, sure, if you can do it, would love to see another Bon Jovi tour, some more shows. But you would think they want to back it off at some point from the 2.5 hour, 4 nights a week. But it sounds like that's not happening. So, hey, this band goes hard. Go big or go home. That's Bon Jovi. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And I'd be a little worried about it. But, hey, I mean, I'll be excited to see how he sounds after this, if he does come back. But he also said if it turns out he can't sing if he can't get his voice back, then they're not even going to bother. They're not going to do it because he's not going to go out there, which I respect. Totally respect that. And that's what I was hoping, that he wasn't just going to get worse and worse and keep going and going and going. I think the 2022 tour was kind of obligatory. They had it scheduled for 2020. The pandemic happened and they had to go out there, play a few shows. I respect that here, but after what we saw in 2022, definitely it's time to either get that fixed or call it a day as far as touring goes. I think that's the right call. I mean, obviously it's not up to me. It's up to the band. It's up to the man. That's just what I would do. He says in the film and in latter episodes, if I just had my tools back, the rest of it I can deal with. I can write you a song. I can perform as well as anybody, but I need to get my tools back. And now we have this new docuseries coming out. Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story. And it will chronicle their meteoric rise to stardom and their precarious future. 4-part film comes out April 22nd on Hulu, internationally on Disney+. I don't have either, but I'll find a way to watch it. But he sounds really excited about the new record, about the docuseries, and says if he can go out there and tour to promote all this, he will. But if he can't at a level which he's grown accustomed, there's no harm in that. So he's just saying, you know, if you can't, you can't. But at least there's hope now with this vocal surgery. We'll see how things go and how he sounds. The new song that he played at that show was called Legendary. You can hear it. I'll put a link down below. I think he sounds okay. He sounds like he's at least hitting notes. I feel like it sounds better than 2022, but you really need a full show to know. Hear the songs that we know and love, the Bon Jovi songs that are played at every concert, and to see how it sounds. But, you know, I'm not saying he sounds great here. Sound quality is not the best, but I think it's close. I mean, he sounds okay. At least he sounds in key. That's huge right there. He's in key. I can't say that about the 2022 tour. So this is promising. We'll wait and see. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll put links to this and to the trailer for the new docuseries. I don't do reaction videos. I don't really like doing reaction videos. I feel like they're fake. Because when I really, my honest reaction is kind of boring. Just be like this. Like, I'd rather just put a link and you guys go check it out. Let me know. But I think, just to give you my thoughts, I thought Legendary sounded like a pretty cool song, and I thought he sounded pretty good. And the trailer for the docuseries doesn't show too much, but it's pretty cool too. And I'm looking forward to all this. 2024. Let's see how it goes. And if there is a tour announced and actual dates that come out, that must mean he's feeling confident in that voice. And I'm going to assume it's going to be a lot better than 2022. And I hope I'll be right on that. But you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you next time.